Let's take our seats. Let's have order. Leader, please guide us. We were still on debate.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that debate on the report be curtailed in order for the leader of the delegation to wind up. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Leader. Other members, we have a motion. The motion is that we curtail debate in order for the leader of delegation to wind up the report. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Mzimba South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Through you, let me say I'm humbled by the response that has been given.
Honour members, let me have order.
I'm humbled by the response that has been given by my honorable colleague. But as I said earlier on, that maybe the report would be going to the relevant committee for further scrutiny because it is also touching a few ministries that would also help us to give us input so that next time we go, we should be able to give a report for this country. So having said this, let me not waste your precious time. I thank you very much, and I so do apply.
Thank you very much, Mzimba Southwest and the leader of delegation. Honour members, I now put a question that the report be noted by the House. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Leader?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that we now tackle the last item on today's business, that is general business G, Roman numeral 2, a report of the delegation to the OACPS African Regional Parliamentary Group. I beg to move, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honourable leader of delegation to the OACPS African Regional Parliamentary Group. Yes, I see Karonga Central.
Delegation reports. Roman numeral number 2, a report of the delegation to the AOCPS Africa Regional Parliamentary Group meetings and the first African EU Parliamentary Assembly, which was held in Ezurwini, Eswatini, from the 7th to the 14th of May 2026.
Thank you. Karonga Central and leader of delegation.
Right Honourable Speaker, sir, I beg to present the paper standing in my name under item 2G, Roman numeral 2. I beg to report. Thank you.
Thank you, leader of delegation. Sergeant at arms. Leader of delegation, do you wish to speak to your papers?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker, sir.
You may proceed.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, it is an honor for me to stand before this august House today to present the report on Malawi Parliament delegation to the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, OACPS, African Region Parliamentary Group meetings, and the first session of the Africa EU Parliamentary Assembly, held at the International Convention Center, ICC, in Ezulwini, Eswatini, from 7th to 4th May 2026. I wish to point out that this was the first meeting under the Samoa Agreement, which is governing the operations of the OACPS EU. Before I deliver my statement, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, allow me to extend my gratitude to you and your Secretariat for the support provided to the delegation.
Order. There's a casino. Let's have order.
Right Honorable Speaker, if I can take this one again. Before I deliver my statement, allow me to extend my gratitude to you, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, and your Secretariat for the support provided to the delegation to represent the Parliament of Malawi at this very important meeting. Mr. Speaker, sir, as the inaugural sessions, since the creation of the distinct regional assemblies, the Africa EU regional meetings brought together African and European parliamentarians. The primary objective was to foster deeper economic cooperation and trade development between the European Union and OACPS states under the renewed partnership framework. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, the Assembly discussed issues covered by the partnership and adopted resolutions and made recommendations. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, I now wish to report the delegation's observations, findings, resolutions made by the Africa EU Regional Assembly to the House, key observation, findings, and strategic debates. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, the delegation noted with concern that the ratification of the Samoa Agreement remains an urgent but lagging priority. At the time of the meetings, only 12 OACPS member states, including 8 African countries and 9 European Union member states, had ratified the agreement. No country from the Southern African region had completed ratification. Timely ratification is essential for Malawi to secure predictable funding from the EU and to fully access the benefits of the agreement. I wish to point out that the meeting noted that countries can still ratify the agreement with reservations on contentious issues. Mr. Speaker, sir, to enhance accountability, members proposed increasing assembly meetings beyond the current meetings, establishing permanent committees aligned to the 6 priority areas of the agreement, and introducing a formal question time with the OACPS Council of Ministers. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, the OACPS Bureau agreed to mobilize an initial €1 billion from member states, contributions to support the OACPS fund. Deliberations also focused on achieving greater financial autonomy, honoring member state contributions based on GDP, recruiting adequate and permanent staff at the OACPS Secretariat, and exploring feasibility of relocating OACPS headquarters from Brussels to a host country within the OACPS region to strengthen ownership. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Assembly reviewed the EU's Global Gateway Initiative, which seeks to mobilize up to 300 billion euros globally by 2027, including a dedicated 150 billion euros package for Africa. The Assembly strongly emphasized the need for a clean break from purely extractive raw material exporting partnerships, future critical mineral partnerships, which must align with the Africa mining vision and the African green minerals strategy. The meeting called for joint partnerships that prioritize local value addition, processing, refining, and manufacturing capacity within African countries to generate local jobs. Mr. Speaker, sir, the EU's representative highlighted the global gateway support for regional integration and local pharmaceutical production, for example, vaccines and medicines. However, this requires intensive investment in developing a highly skilled local workforce to address critical talent shortages. Mr. Speaker, sir, furthermore, during the exchange of views on the role of regional organizations in peace and security, Malawi emphasized that peace and security are absolute prerequisites for sustainable development. We highlighted the critical roles of SADC, the African Union, and ECOWAS, calling for enhanced parliamentary oversight of security initiatives. We further urged international partners to focus on the root causes of conflict in Africa, specifically, and called for the meaningful participation of women and youth in peace building and mediation. Mr. Speaker, sir, with Africa's youthful population contrasted against Europe's aging demographics, the Youth Forum and keynote debates on bridging global labor and education gaps. The Assembly called for expansion and equity reforms within the Erasmus Plus and Horizon Europe programs. We advocated for reciprocal frameworks that promote brain circulation rather than outward brain drain of African talent. It was noted that free movement of people must accompany the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. We urged legislators to support policies that facilitate the mutual recognition of academic and technical qualifications across borders to enable structured and legal youth mobility. Mr. Speaker, sir, in alignment with the United Nations declaring 2026 as the International Year of the Woman Farmer, the Women's Forum focused on elevating women in agri-food systems where they make up to 60% of the workforce in sub-Saharan Africa. Despite their vital role, women farmers still face disproportionate barriers in accessing land, finance, extension services, and technology and formal markets. The forum urged parliamentarians to champion gender-responsive budgeting, enforce land and inheritance rights, scale up affordable climate-smart irrigation systems, and include women across the entire agriculture value chain, from primary production to international trade. Right, Honorable Speaker, sir. To ensure that Malawi actively capitalizes on the resolutions of this inaugural assembly, the delegation submits the following recommendations to this House and the relevant government ministries. 1. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs should expedite the ratification of the Samoa Agreement to secure Malawi's active standing, voting rights, and access to dedicated regional protocol funding. However, in ratifying the agreement, we should be very, very cautious of contentious issues which are in this agreement that seem not to be in tandem with our cultural and religious values. The Ministry of Education, in partnership with local higher education and vocational institutions, actively engages with the EU to expand our national access to Erasmus Plus and Horizon Europe, and work toward establishing reciprocal recognition frameworks for TVET and academic qualifications. 3. The Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Gender should collaborate and leverage the UN International Year of the Woman Farmer 2026 to strengthen women's participation in agribusiness by introducing gender-responsive budgeting, dismantling legal barriers to land access, and investing in affordable climate-smart irrigation systems. Lastly, the Ministry of Finance should ensure the timely and full payment of Malawi's annual assessed financial contributions to the OACPS to maintain our good standing and influence within the reformed institution. This will facilitate our smooth participation in all the OACPS EU activities. Right, Honorable Speaker, sir. Our delegation's participation in this inaugural session in Eswatini was a milestone for Malawi's parliamentary diplomacy. The transition to regional assemblies under the Samoa Agreement gives Malawi direct, specialized platform to address our developmental priorities. By implementing these recommendations, we can leverage the EU's global gateway and our regional partnerships to build a resilient, inclusive, and prosperous economy. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House may wish to note that during this meeting, a recommendation by the Africa-EU Parliamentary Assembly on the Africa-EU Council of Ministers following the first plenary sessions was adopted, which has been attached to this report, and it will be very useful if the relevant government institutions and indeed our Committee on International Relations take it up for implementation. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, once again, I would like to thank you for according me this opportunity to table this delegation report in the House. I therefore beg to move that the House should note this delegation report. I beg to move.
Thank you. Thank you, Leader of Delegation. We now go to general debate on the report. Honorable Brandon North, you want to debate?
Right Honorable Speaker, if I have heard him very well, he has said for noting, meaning that there's no debating, it's just you just have to note. He has said for noting. No. I submit.
Yeah, but it's the leader of the House to curtail debate. There's supposed to be debate. Yes, leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that debate on the report as presented by the leader of delegation be curtailed. I beg to move.
Honourable members, we have a motion. The motion is to curtail debate on the report so that we proceed with other general business. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Leader, guidance.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I believe that we've now come to the very end of our business for today. I would therefore move that we now get into adjournment formalities. I submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yeah, leader, I'll hold on that motion for a bit to allow for the process to complete. We need the leader of delegation to wind up before I put that question. Leader of delegation, Karonga Central.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, what remains of me is to once again thank you, sir, that you facilitated our trip to Ezulwin in the Kingdom of Eswatini, but furthermore, to thank the Secretariat also for the processes that were provided to our delegation to make the trip successful. With these few remarks, Right Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to move. Thank you.
Honourable members, we have a motion that the report be noted by the whole House. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Yes, leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I now beg to move that we tackle adjournment formalities. I beg to move.
Honourable members, we have a motion. The motion is to vary the order paper in order for us to go into item number 4, adjournment formalities. I now put the question. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Item 4, adjournment formalities. A, the Honorable Leader of the Opposition to deliver his adjournment remarks.
Leader of Opposition.
Right Honorable Speaker, good afternoon. And Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for according me this opportunity to deliver closing remarks as this House rises sine die after weeks of deliberations on matters that matter to the people of Malawi. Right Honorable Speaker, as opposition, we took a vow before Malawians that we shall be a responsible opposition, an opposition that speaks on evidence and on issues that are central to the lives of Malawians and of national importance. My standing at this podium this afternoon, Right Honorable Speaker, is in fulfillment of that noble obligation. Right Honorable Speaker, when this government was sworn in, many of us, including myself, said it was too early to pass a verdict. A few months, Mr. Speaker, sir, is not enough to judge. But today, Right Honorable Speaker, next month on the 16th of September, this government will have cropped one full year in office. 1 year could probably be enough time to test promises against delivery. 1 year might be enough time for this House, on behalf of Malawians, to ask some very important questions, like what did you promise, what have you delivered, and what could be the gaps. Mr. Speaker, sir, we do this not because we hate government. We do this because the Constitution and the people of Malawi have given us a duty to provide checks and balances, to speak truth even when that truth is uncomfortable. Right Honorable Speaker, Malawians listened to the DPP manifesto, they read it, they believed in it, they hoped for a Malawi where things are cheap, where a child from any district could go to university, where a farmer could sell maize and tobacco at a profit, where there are no fuel queues, no blackouts, and a Malawi free from corruption. Let us now measure that hope against the reality on the ground, and I will be honest with the House and with the nation. Right Honorable Speaker, let me indicate here that Malawi does not exist in isolation. Conflicts in the Middle East have disrupted fuel and fertilizer supply chains. The global credit has tightened. These have made this year even harder. Malawians understand these global shocks. They have enjoyed them before, and they will continue to endure on them. But Mr. Speaker, sir, a global shock is not a permission slip. It cannot be an excuse for every local failure, every delayed decision, or every unexplained scandal. Malawians are smart. They know the difference between a hardship imposed on us from outside and a hardship we have imposed on ourselves through inaction. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me address the areas where Malawians have noted some gaps. I will start, Right Honorable Speaker, with the state of the economy
and the issue of foreign exchange. Mr. Speaker, sir, our economy is still sailing through troubled waters. The biggest crisis Malawi is facing is foreign exchange that has crippled operations. Business surveys this year show that foreign exchange scarcity is the #1 challenge for Malawian businesses. Even the Reserve Bank itself has admitted that supply remains subdued. Because of this, Mr. Speaker, sir, government was forced to sell gold reserves just to keep fuel coming, and reports also confirm that the same foreign exchange shortage is now limiting our ability to import essential drugs. Mr. Speaker, sir, Forex is not just a number on a central bank spreadsheet. When Forex dries up, a mother in Tarire cannot find medicine. A business owner in Limbe cannot import spares, and a student in Nzuzu cannot pay for international exams. We therefore demand that government urgently introduce policies to generate forex exchange domestically and replenish our reserves. We also note that government is in talks with the IMF. That is commendable. But Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians deserve to know the conditions of that program before it is signed, not after. This will help Malawians to get prepared. Mining our national resource. Mr. Speaker, sir, I have noted with great pleasure that this morning we had a good discussion and debate on mining. Let me make an emphasis here that mining can be the answer to our foreign exchange crisis. Projects like Garcia can position Malawi as a global leader in lutite and graphite. We thank this House for the serious debate on protecting our minerals, including your leadership, Right Honourable Speaker. However, Right Honourable Speaker, we are concerned by reports of large volumes of samples being exported from Garcia without proper documentation, and sampling, Right Honourable Speaker, cannot meet shiploads. Right Honourable Speaker, a country like ours, which is desperate for forex, cannot afford to watch its wealth live unaccounted for. We therefore ask government to immediately publish the following. Number one, the volumes extracted. Number two, the projected value of those volumes. Number three, the time frame for returns to come back to Malawi. For Garcia and for every mining project, Malawians must see the books. Electricity and a nation in darkness. Mr. Speaker, sir, ESCOM is now on its knees. Load shedding has become the norm. Mr. Speaker, sir, electricity cannot and will not be a luxury. It is life, and the students need it to study. Hospitals need it to keep vaccines cold. A baby in townships needs it to feed his family. When ESCOM cannot pay independent power producers, and when foreign exchange shortages broke spare parts, the whole economy pays the price in darkness. We demand a published generation investment plan and urgent investment in new capacity, agriculture and food security. Mr. Speaker, sir, the late Evison Matafale, and I hope many people remember him, in his song titled Malawi, he sings, Malawi imva, ntendere olo sisima yokai. Literally translated, development is not Simaon. Right Honourable Speaker, we appreciate that maize is cheap, but we need to know at the same time that fertilizer is now going at 210,000 per bag. Mr. Speaker, sir, when you do a simple math, a farmer must sell 9 bags of maize to buy 1 bag of fertilizer, or you need 36 bags of maize for 1 hectare. As Dr. Usi, the former vice president, once said, it seems like boma likukakamiza alimi achimanga kudya capital. Right Honourable Speaker, it is evident that if the trends continue the same way, it will be very difficult for us to live, because you cannot pay school fees with cheap maize. You cannot buy medicine with cheap maize. Government must urgently rebalance, either reduce the fertilizer prices or raise the maize prices. Otherwise, we are manufacturing hunger for next year. Right, Honorable Speaker. We also commend MEPA for approving the Mularo fertilizer factory, but MDAs must act without being pushed. Malawi must manufacture its own fertilizer to finance agricultural productivity. And Mr. Speaker, sir, tobacco remains our greatest forex enemy. But this year it had East-West season. Government must re-engage buyers now, but also tea, coffee, and sugar value chains must also benefit our people, right, Honorable Speaker. Decentralization and the CDF. Right, Honorable Speaker, government promised a reformed CDF for 5 billion per constituency. Malawians welcomed it. But months into the financial year, Mr. Speaker, sir, no council has received a single kwacha. Communities don't know if this is planning or if the promise was oversold. Right, Honorable Speaker. We support accountability highlighted in the CDF reformed. We also demand a public disbursement schedule. And we warn CDF loans must not become rewards for political loyalty, but should finance service delivery, governance, human rights, and corruption. Right, Honorable Speaker, we are concerned with arbitrary arrests and dubious charges against critics and some civil society leadership. That is not the rule of law people are looking for. We are concerned when we hear that some ministers threaten citizens for their political views. That is abuse of office, right, Honorable Speaker. But, Honorable Speaker, the silence on Ameri's hotel saga is deafening. A public pension fund bought a property after the Reserve Bank said stop. That is the savings of civil servants. Ndalama is, right, Honorable Speaker, mdzina la Yesu, people should actually be accountable to this one. Right, Honorable Speaker, there is this need that we need to publish the findings and let the ACB investigate without interference. Education and health. Right, Honorable Speaker, doubling university fees from 650,000 to 1.3 million is pricing poor children out of their constitutional right to education. As opposition, we demand that this has to be reversed, or it has to be faced or staggered, and that it has to receive the real support. Right, Honorable Speaker, a nation that prices education out of rich mortgages its future. On health, right, Honorable Speaker, everybody knows that we are expecting El Nino this year, and the Minister of Health must prepare now for cholera and other outbreaks, and prioritize forex exchange for essential drugs. Malawians demand. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians have sent us to put forward the following demands. Number one, a time-bound plan to fix forex or FX and full disclosure of IMF conditions. Number two, rescue agriculture, rebalance fertilizer and maize prices. Number three, fix the power crisis with a published investment plan. Number four, account for amenities and protect public funds. Number five, uphold the Constitution and end political intimidation. Number six, reverse or phase the university fee hike. Number seven, deliver merit-based jobs for youth or young people. Number eight, publish all mining data, including the volumes of samples. Number nine, publish a CDF disbursement
Leader of Opposition,
schedule.
you have 2 minutes to go.
From the political interference. And number 10, protect health services from load shedding and El Nino. Call for unity. Right, Honorable Speaker, Malawi must heal from IZs, regionalism, tribalism, and nepotism, and all Malawians must be equal before the law. To this extent, Right Honorable Speaker, I propose a presidential roundtable discussion and let the sitting president, Professor Peter Mutharika, sit with the former presidents, Dr. Mluzi and Joyce Banda, Dr. Ajabwera and former Vice President, Dr. Us and Dr. Chirumba, and Right Honorable Kachari. Let them share notes on how to develop Malawi, and this will give the nation the lasting peace. In conclusion, Right Honorable Speaker, let us remember, a nation silent on corruption cannot fight corruption. A nation divided by regions cannot develop. A nation that makes farmers eat their capital will become a client of hunger. A nation whose youth is studied by candlelight produces weak human capital. And a nation whose people are quiet is a nation that is not convinced. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, let us choose accountability over silence, unity over division, farmers over slogans, students over fees, right over darkness, and constitution over fear, and above all, Malawi over personal interests. Right Honorable Speaker, in the spirit of one Malawi, one people and one nation, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to offer my closing remarks. Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for your attention.
Leader of the House, you'll have to start by extending time so that we continue with the formalities.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that time be extended in order for the House to conclude the adjournment formalities. I beg to move.
Honourable members, we have a motion. The motion is to extend time in order to allow for adjournment formalities to be completed. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Leader of the House, it's your time.
Mr. Speaker, sir,
I have order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, as we come to the end of the third meeting, in the 52nd session, I rise, guided by the long-standing practice and honored tradition of this august House, to move a motion for the adjournment of the House, signed, die. Mr. Speaker, sir, before I dwell on my prepared text, I would like to indicate that the government is doing everything possible within its means and capacity to get Malawians out of the current economic situation. And listening to the leader of opposition, it is clear that they do understand that as a government we're doing something, to get our people out of the situation. And I would like to thank you most sincerely for that. Mr. Speaker, sir, you may recall, honorable members, that this meeting was initially planned to run for a period of 4 weeks, from 7th to 31st July 2026. However, it pleased His Excellency Professor Thapitam Talika Mkukutamoyo II to accept a proposal to extend this meeting up to today, Friday, 7th August 2026. This extension was necessitated by the urgent need for this August House to consider and pass the 12 bills which we just concluded yesterday. May I take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to all honorable members for the hard work, patience, and dedication in discharging this noble duty. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, before I formally move the motion for the House to rise sine allow me to briefly appraise the House of the key business that this House has diligently considered and transacted during this meeting. It is only befitting that we take stock of the work we have accomplished before we adjourn. Swallowing, Mr. Speaker, sir. At the commencement of this meeting, following the by-elections held on Tuesday, 30th June 2026 in 3 constituencies, 3 newly elected members of parliament were sworn into office on Wednesday, 8th July 2026. The members who emerged victorious and were duly sworn in are as follows. Honorable James Kumula, Member of Parliament for Baraka, Mulongo constituency. Honorable Precious Pempo Kabambe, Member of Parliament for Liongo Sidebwaira constituency. Honorable Ismail Rus Japan, Member of Parliament for Machinga Mikoko constituency. The 3 honorable members have participated in deliberations and have become our brothers in service to this nation. Subsidiary registration. Mr. Speaker, sir, during this meeting, ministers laid before the House subsidiary registration as follows. On Tuesday, 7th July 2026, the Minister of Transport and Public Works laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration, which were referred to the Legal Affairs Committee. Government Notice number 30, Civil Aviation, Certification of Air Navigation Services Providers, Regulation 2026. Government Notice number 31, Civil Aviation, Aeronautical Search and Rescue, Regulation 2026. Government Notice number 32, Civil Aviation, Air Traffic Services, Regulations 2026. Government Notice number 33, Civil Aviation, Units of Measurement for Air and Ground Operations, Regulations 2026. Government Notice number 34, Civil Aviation, Rules of Air, Regulations 2026. Government Notice number 38, Road Traffic, Prescribed Offences and Penalties, Amendment, Regulations 2026. And Government Notice number 39, Road Traffic Miscellaneous Fees, Amendment, Regulations 2026. On Tuesday, 7th July 2026, the Minister of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration, which were referred to the Legal Affairs Committee. Government Notice number 35, Tobacco Industry, Minimum Tobacco Prices, Order 2026, and Government Notice number 43, Tobacco Industry, Minimum Tobacco Prices, Amendment number 2, Order 2026. On Tuesday, 7th July 2026, the Minister of Natural Resources laid at the table Government Notice number 42, Forest Regulations 2026, which was referred to the Legal Affairs Committee. On the same day, Tuesday, 7th July 2026, the Minister of Labour, Skills and Innovation laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration, which were referred to the Legal Affairs Committee. Government Notice number 44, Employment, Minimum Wages, Amendment Order 2026, And government notice number 45, employment, minimum wages, wet cargo and dry cargo truck drivers, amendment, order 2026. On Monday, 13th July 2026, the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization laid at the table the government notice number 46, customs and excise tariffs, amendment number 3, order 2026, which was referred to the parliamentary committees on budget and legal affairs to consider the subsidiary legislation jointly. On Monday, 13th July 2026, the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary legislation, which were referred to the legal affairs and budget committees. Government notice number 52, customs and excise tariffs amendment number 4, order 2026. Government notice number 53, customs and excise public transport motorcycles regulations 2026. Government notice number 54, stamp duties exemption notice 2026. And finally, government notice number 55, stamp duties amendment order 2026. On the same day, Monday, 13th July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration, which were referred to the parliamentary committees on legal and media. Government notice number 49, copyright, licensing of public performances, regulations 2026. Government notice number 50, copyright, licensing of broadcasting, digital or online services, regulations 2026. And government notice number 51, copyright, reproduction, importation, translation, and distribution of musical works, sound and audiovisual recordings, regulations 2026. On Thursday, 16 July 2026, the Minister of Industrialization, Business, Trade, and Tourism laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration, which were referred to the Trade and Legal Affairs Committees. Government notice number 56, meteorology, sale of liquefied petroleum gas, regulations 2026. Government notice number 57, meteorology, sand, and other ballast, regulations 2026. On Monday, 20th July 2026, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration, which were referred to the Legal Affairs Committee. Government notice number 41, immunities and privileges, Child Legacy International, order 2026. Government notice number 40, immunities and privileges, fourth schedule, amendment number 30, order 2026. And on Wednesday, 29th July 2026, the following pieces of subsidiary legislation were laid before the House. The Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization laid at the table the following subsidiary legislations. Government notice number 58, Customs and Excise Amendment number 3, Regulation 2026. The registration was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs. Government notice number 59, Customs and Excise Tariffs Amendment number 5, Order 2026. The registration was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs. Government notice number 60, Customs and Excise Authorized Economic Operator, Regulations 2026. The registration was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs. Government notice number 61, Public Finance Management National Health Treasury Fund, Order 2026. And on Wednesday, 29th July 2026, the Minister of Transport and Public Works laid at the table the following pieces of subsidiary registration. Government notice number 30, Civil Aviation Certification of Air Navigation Services Providers, Regulation 2026. The registration, which was referred to the Parliamentary Committees on Legal Affairs and Transport Committees for further scrutiny. Government notice number 31, Civil Aviation Aeronautical Search and Rescue, Regulation 2026. The legislation was referred to the parliamentary committees on legal affairs and transport committees for further scrutiny. Government Notice Number 32, Civil Aviation Air Traffic Services, Regulation 2026. The registration was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs and Transport Committees for further scrutiny. Government Notice Number 33, Civil Aviation Units of Measurement for Air and Ground Operations, Regulations 2026. The registration was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs and Transport Committees for further scrutiny. And finally, Government Notice Number 34, Civil Aviation Rules of the Air, Regulation 2026. The legislation was referred to the Parliamentary Committees on Legal Affairs and Transport Committees for further scrutiny. Honorable Speaker, sir, I wish to point out that as government, we are very delighted to see that a huge number of subsidiary registrations were laid at the table during this meeting. This was specifically done in order to comply with Section 58 of the Constitution, which mandates this August House to follow this statutory requirement. Statutory reports. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me now turn to statutory reports. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs laid at the table the 2025 annual report for the Office of the Ombudsman, which was referred to the Legal Affairs Committee on 13th July 2026. The Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization laid at the table the following reports. Auditor General's report on the accounts of government of the Republic of Malawi for the year ended 31st March 2024, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Performance audit report on provision of traffic management services by the Directorate of Road Traffic and Safety Services in the Ministry of Transport and Public Works, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Performance audit report on the productivity of livestock in government livestock centers by the Department of Animal Health and Livestock Development in the Ministry of Agriculture, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Performance audit report on the implementation of malnutrition preventive interventions by the Department of Nutrition, HIV and AIDS under the Ministry of Health, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Auditor General's report on the accounts of local authorities for the year ended 31st March 2024, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Performance audit report on provision of traffic management services by the Directorate of Road Traffic and Safety Services in the Ministry of Transport and Public Works, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Performance audit report on the productivity of livestock in government livestock centers by the Department of Animal Health and Livestock Development in the Ministry of Agriculture, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee on 13th July 2026. Performance audit report on the implementation of malnutrition preventive interventions by the Department of Nutrition, HIV and AIDS under the Ministry of Health, which was referred to the Public Committee on 31st July 2026. Auditor General's report on the accounts of local authorities for the year ended 31st March 2024, which was referred to the Public Accounts Committee. On Monday, 27th July, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs laid at the table the Ombudsman report on the systematic investigation interrogating the systematic administrative and service delivery failures in the Department of Immigration and Citizenship Services, which was referred to the Legal Affairs committee. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, it is my hope that these statutory reports will be thoroughly scrutinized by the committees concerned, and the reports on the findings will be tabled in this House, which will inform the policy directions of various issues raised in these reports. My appeal is to the concerned committee chairpersons to work with diligence in consideration of these reports. Ministerial statements. Mr. Speaker, sir, during this meeting, the House considered 8 ministerial statements on matters of national importance as follows. On Tuesday, 7th July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs presented a statement on the status of the situation of Malawians living in South Africa. On Tuesday, 7th July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Local Government presented a statement on actualizing APM's dream of one Malawi through equal and even distribution of public resources, a case of the refined Community Development Fund and its preparedness. On Thursday, 9th July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources presented a statement on the environmental and social impact assessment review process for the proposed Molaro granular fertilizer production factory in Mchemera, Dowa district. On Friday, 10th July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Homeland Security presented a statement on the death of the Atuganire Chomo. On Friday, 10th July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Education, Science and Technology presented a statement on the status of fees in public universities. On Thursday, 16th July 2026, the Minister of Gender, Children, Disability and Social Welfare presented a statement on mental health, psychosocial well-being, and the rising instances of suicide. On Thursday, 16th July 2026, the Minister of Gender, Children, Disability and Social Welfare presented a statement on parenting and early childhood development. And on Thursday, 23rd July 2026, the Honorable Minister of Gender, Children, Disability and Social Welfare presented a statement on the Community Development Month, CDM initiative. These statements outlined various government policies and programs being implemented in the country, and members took an opportunity to interrogate them by offering various alternatives which are beneficial to Malawians. I liked the candid discussion on these statements, which showed the maturity of our democracy. Bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to report that during this meeting, the House considered and passed 14 bills as follows. Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project, authorization and ratification, passed on Wednesday, 29th July 2026. Bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, authorization and ratification, passed on Wednesday, 29th July 2026. Bill number 9 of 2026, Banking Amendment, passed on Tuesday, 4th August 2026. Bill number 10 of 2026, Financial Services Amendment, passed on Tuesday, 4th July 2026. Bill number 11 of 2026, Securities Amendment, passed on Tuesday, 4th August 2026. Bill number 12 of 2026, Microfinance Amendment, passed on Tuesday, 4th August 2026. Bill number 13 of 2026, Financial Cooperatives Amendment, passed on Tuesday, 4th August 2026. Bill number 14 of 2026, Pension Amendment, passed on Wednesday, 5th August 2026. Bill number 15 of 2026, Insurance Amendment, passed on Wednesday, 5th August 2026. Bill number 16 of 2026, Bills of Exchange Amendment, passed on Wednesday, 5th August 2026. Bill number 17 of 2026, Deposit Insurance Corporation Amendment, passed on Thursday, 6 August 2026. Bill number 18 of 2026, Payment Systems Amendment, passed on Thursday, 6 August 2026. Bill number 19 of 2026, Financial Crimes Amendment, passed on Thursday, 6 August 2026. And finally, Bill number 20 of 2026, Economic Society of Malawi, passed on Thursday, 6 August 2026. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, as I've already indicated, these bills were brought before this August House in order to seek the approval to facilitate the implementation of service delivery in our financial sector. May I take this opportunity to commend honorable members for the hard work and commitment in passing all these bills. Questions and matters understanding order 13, 14, and 69. Questions to ministers for oral replies. Mr. Speaker, sir, during this meeting, ministers responded to 29 questions. If you include supplementaries, we responded to close to 400 questions, demonstrating government's continued accountability to this House. The House also resolved on several occasions to extend question time and tackle questions on each of the sitting days to allow more questions be answered. Matters of urgent public importance, understanding order 14. Mr. Speaker, sir, the House considered matters of urgent public importance, understanding order 14. These included the honorable member of Lilongwe Likuni raised a matter of urgent public importance regarding the establishment of a fertilizer manufacturing plant in Dowa district on Wednesday, 8th July 2026, which was referred to the Parliamentary Committees on Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Trade for joint consideration. On Thursday, 30th July 2026, the honorable member from Mzimba West raised a matter of urgent public importance regarding the alarming increase in suicide cases in Mzimba West constituency. And on Tuesday, 14th July 2026, the honorable member from Mzimba West raised a matter of urgent public importance regarding the escalating human-wildlife conflict affecting communities around Vaza Game Reserve. On Tuesday, 14th July 2026, the honorable member for Salima Central raised a matter of urgent public importance regarding the persistent nationwide electricity blackouts, structural and institutional reforms being implemented by ESCOM and IGENCOM. On Friday, 7th July 2026, the honorable member for Lilongwe Msinja South raised a matter of urgent public importance on the increase in mobile internet tariffs by Airtel Malawi and Telecom Networks Malawi, TNM, and its impact on the affordability of digital services, financial inclusion, and economic participation in Malawi. On Thursday, 30th July 2026, the honorable member from Chinji North East raised a matter of urgent public importance on the acute shortage of hand gloves in public health facilities following a stockout at the Central Medical Stores, CMS, forcing facilities to procure the gloves from the open market using their drug budgets. Questions understanding order 69. On Thursday, 30th July 2026, the member for Kasungu Central asked a question regarding government plans to amend the HESLGB eligibility criteria to allow students pursuing advanced diploma programs in clinical medicine to access students' loans and grants, including progress on the proposed legal amendment and the expected implementation timeline. On Thursday, 30th July 2026, the member for Salima Central West asked a question regarding the completion and commissioning of the Salima Lirengo water supply project, including reasons for the delays, the expected completion date, plans to extend water connections to communities along the project corridor, and measures to ensure adequate funding for timely completion. And on Thursday, 30th July 2026, member for Lilongwe Msinja South asked a question regarding the reported reduction in official development assistance, ODA, from the United Kingdom to Malawi, including its potential impact on the implementation of the 2026-2027 national budget, government's measures to mitigate the effects, and the strategies to ensure long-term fiscal sustainability. On Thursday, 30th July 2026, the member for Rumpi West asked a question regarding the status of stored heavy police staff houses and the Gawele staff houses project, including whether the government intends to resume construction or if this project has been abandoned. Committee and delegation reports. Mr. Speaker, sir. During this meeting, the House considered a number of committee and delegation reports covering various sectors as follows. On Wednesday, 15 July 2026, the House deliberated on and adopted the following reports. A report on the Parliamentary Committee on International Relations on its consultative meetings with various ministries and departments on the status of voluntary repatriation of Malawians affected by anti-migrant attacks in South Africa, June 2026. A report on the Parliamentary Committee on Education, Science and Technology on its engagement with public universities in the country. A report of the Parliamentary Committee on Legal Affairs on its consideration of Government Order Number 2 of 2025, the Police Designation of Police Regions, Order 2025. A report of the Parliamentary Committee on Agriculture, Irrigation, and on challenges in fish implementation, ADMA grain management failures, and cotton sector decline. Progress report of the Parliamentary Women's Caucus on Malawi's escalating gender-based violence crisis, May 2026, deliberated by the House and adopted on Wednesday, 22nd July 2026. A report of the Parliamentary Committee on Public Accounts upon considering and scrutinizing the report of the Auditor General on the accounts of the local authorities for the year ended 31st March 2023, deliberated by the House and adopted on Wednesday, 29th July 2026. A report of the Parliamentary Committee on Health on its activities held within the first quarter of 2026-2027 financial year, deliberated by the House and adopted on Thursday, 30th July 2026. A report of the Parliamentary Committee on Local Authorities and Rural Development on the preparedness of key stakeholders for the implementation of the reformed Constituency Development Fund in the 2026-2027 financial year, deliberated by the House and adopted on Monday, 3rd August 2026. And the report of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources, Energy and Climate Change on the oversight field visit to Kangankude Rare Earth Mine in Balaka District and the engagement with the Ministry of Mining on the status of operations, mineral licensing, and the related matters concerning Lindian Resources Limited, July 2026, deliberated by the House and adopted on Monday, 3rd August 2026. The House adopted 12 reports by the Budget and Legal Affairs Committees upon their scrutiny of all bills presented in this August House. May I take this opportunity to thank the chairpersons and members of the two committees for their hard work, which eased the process of considering these bills in the House. Delegation reports. On Wednesday, 22nd July 2026, the House noted a report of the delegation to the Training for Public Accounts Committees, similar committees, and technical officials supporting oversight committees organized by the Southern African Development Committee, organized by the Public Accounts Committee, SADCOPAC, held in Swakopmund, Namibia from 18th to 24th May 2026. 2026. And on Wednesday, 22nd July 2026, the House also noted a report of the delegation to the GTEC's first edition of Future Health Africa 2026 conference and exhibition, Essential Care Advancing with AI, held in Casablanca, Kingdom of Morocco from 4th to 6th May 2026. Today, 7th August, the House also noted a report of the Malawi delegation to the 152nd Interparliamentary Union IPU General Assembly and the related meetings, which was held in Istanbul, Turkey, from 15th to 19th April 2026. Further, the House also noted a report of the delegation to the OACP's African Region Parliamentary Group meetings and First African EU Parliamentary Assembly held in Ezulwini, Eswatini, from 7th to 14th May 2026. Response to committee reports. Today, 7th August 2026, the Honorable Minister of Mining provided a response to the report of the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources, Energy and Climate Change on the oversight visit to Kangankude Rare Earth Project. Private members' business. Mr. Speaker, sir, during this meeting, honorable members actively utilized the opportunities available under private members' business. The House received petitions, considered constituency statements, and it debated several private members' motions, thereby enabling members to raise matters directly affecting their constituents as follows. Mr. Speaker, on Thursday, 9th July 2026, the Honorable Member for Neno South presented a petition by the concerned teachers of the Malawi Public Secondary Schools. The petition was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Education, Science and Technology for further scrutiny. And on Thursday, 9th July 2026, the Honorable Member for Palombe South presented a petition by the Climate Civil Society Organization on prevention-led resilience-focused governance model. The petition was referred to the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change for further scrutiny. Constituency statements. For the first time during this parliamentary sitting, members presented constituency statements in this August House as follows. Honorable Member for Blantyre Central presented a statement on Thursday, 9th July 2026. Honorable Member for Blantyre City Mbayani Musa presented a statement on 9th July 2026. Honorable Member for Zomba Malosa presented a statement on 9th July 2026. Honorable Member for Lilongwe Central presented a statement on 9th July 2026. Member for Manza Central presented a statement on 9th July 2026. Member for Nkatabe North presented a statement on 16th July 2026. Honorable Member from Zimba North presented a statement on 16th July 2026. Honorable Member for Blantyre City Michiru Chirimba presented a statement on 16th July 2026. The Honorable Member for Palombe North East presented a statement on 16th July 2026. And the Honorable Member for Blantyre Chiromoni Kabula Nancholi presented a statement on 16th July 2026. The statements offered members to raise awareness on issues affecting their constituencies and action to be taken by concerned stakeholders. Private members' motions. On Thursday, 23rd July 2026, the House considered a motion from Honorable Member for Lilongwe Chiwamba, who moved that some provisions of the Political Parties Act number 1 of 2018 be amended. The House defeated the motion. General motions. On Monday, 20th July 2026, the House approved that the member for Zomba City North should be a member of Pan-African Parliament following the Supreme Court of Appeals ruling nullifying the parliamentary election results for Mangochi East constituency. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm now concluding. In conclusion, I wish to reaffirm the unwavering commitment of the DPP government to stabilizing, rebuilding, and growing our economy after the serious economic difficulties and policy failures inherited from the past administration. Our task is clear: to restore confidence, strengthen fiscal discipline, stimulate production, attract investment, and improve the living standards of our people. This government will remain focused on economic recovery and sustainable growth because Malawians deserve an economy that works for them. Mr. Speaker, sir, I also wish to highlight the newly introduced 5 billion Constituency Development Fund allocation, which represents a major shift in the financing of local development. This is a game changer. It gives honorable members of parliament an unprecedented opportunity to accelerate development in their constituencies by supporting priority projects that directly respond to the needs of our people. Mr. Speaker, sir, just to buttress a bit, in order to demonstrate that resources have started going down to councils, Mr. Speaker, sir, operational resources have since been dispersed to the councils. CDF sources, not CDF, loans for young men and women have already dispersed to MADEF. Recruitment of cadres to aid the implementation of the CDF have been recruited. Some projects have already been advertised in the newspapers. That is an indicator that resources have started trickling down to the councils. My appeal to honorable members is that we must be our own policemen to ensure that these resources are used productively, they are used for the intended purpose. That is our appeal. Just to assure honorable members, colleagues, that these resources are coming down. You can let's be assured. I therefore encourage all members to familiarize themselves with and fully utilize the laid down procedures governing access to these resources so that constituencies across the country can benefit transparently, efficiently, and equitably. The purpose of this allocation is not political, it is development. It is about classrooms, health facilities, roads, bridges, water systems, and other essential infrastructure that will improve the daily lives of our people. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to you, together with your 2 deputies, for the able, fair, and impartial manner in which you have presided over the proceedings of this House throughout the meeting. I'm saying so because this sitting, we've not seen any 105, meaning that members have behaved. So all of us together have done ourselves and our country pride. That is the way to go. On attendance, Mr. Speaker, sir, we started badly, but towards the end, the House picked up. I hope that when we meet during committees and when we meet again in November, we will continue attending parliamentary sittings. The very reason we're here is because our people out there entrusted us to represent them in this House. I would like, therefore, to appeal to all of us to rededicate ourselves to duty. I also would like to commend all honorable members for their commitment and constructive participation in the business of the House, and acknowledge the important role played by the leader of the opposition and honorable members on the opposition benches in enriching debate and strengthening parliamentary scrutiny. For once, there were no squabbles in the House. I did indicate at the very outset when I was given this job that I want to preside over a House that maintains parliamentary decorum, and I'm glad that's what we have started doing. I would like to thank all of you for that. Finally, I wish to extend my appreciation to the Clerk of Parliament and the entire parliamentary team for their professionalism and unwavering support throughout this meeting. Bravo team, keep it up. It is now, with these few remarks, beg to move that this House do adjourn sign time. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move.
Thank you so much. Let's take our seats. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have order. Let's have order. Rumpi East, was that holy water or anointing oil?
Sir.
I thought so. I see a big change in our leader today. Honor members, can I have order? Can all honorable members go back to their seats? All honorable members? The leader of the House said there has not been 105. So we could have a few today to satisfy the wish. Let's go back to our seats. Honor members, before I put the question, let me make a few announcements. The people of Mzimba would like to invite all honorable members, ministers, and everyone to Umteto, taking place tomorrow, 8th August 2026 at Hora Mountain. This message has come from Honorable Fisher Kenan Nkwazi, MP Mzimba Luerezi. Those of us that can attend, let's do so. The second announcement coming from the sergeant at arms. If you are missing your car keys, they are in the office of the sergeant at arms. So please, if you know you are missing your car keys, go and see the sergeant at arms. Honourable members, before I put the question to adjourn signed die, as moved by the Leader of the House, I have some few remarks to make. As we come to the end of the third meeting in the 52nd session of Parliament, allow me to thank His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for his interest in the work of Parliament, as well as His Excellency's unwavering support towards the National Assembly. I wish to further thank the President for allowing the National Assembly to host the forthcoming 55th Conference of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. Should I give you the floor? Does anyone want the floor? I wish to further thank the President for allowing the National Assembly to host the forthcoming 55th Conference of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. This is a great milestone and an occasion that this House should be proud of. Let me also express my gratitude to His Excellency the President for promptly approving a request for the extension of this meeting of Parliament after noticing that the duration of the meeting was not adequate to transact business. This extension has enabled us to transact very important business, including the passing of 12 bills. Honourable members, let me also thank each one of you for the commitment, dedication, and a sense of duty you have demonstrated throughout the entire period of this meeting. This has been a demanding and intensive meeting. We have dealt with a heavy and wide-ranging agenda. You will recall that this meeting was initially planned to run for 4 weeks. However, as I already said, it pleased His Excellency the President to extend the period by 1 week to allow the House to conclude key legislative and oversight business, especially the government bills. I wish to commend you, honourable members, for your focus and perseverance in seeing this work through to the end. Honourable members, let me begin by recognizing the work of our committees, particularly those that were scrutinizing bills on behalf of this House. You have discharged your mandates with commendable diligence and professionalism. Let me also commend the good work being done by the committees that are conducting inquiries, particularly the Public Accounts Committee and the Ad hoc Committee on the Chikangawa plane crash. I am aware that some of your work has continued throughout this meeting and will carry on into the recess. I therefore call upon those committees conducting inquiries to conclude your work before the next meeting of Parliament. On a similar note, let me remind also Cabinet Ministers to respond to committee reports that have been adopted by the House during the meeting. Please remember that Standing Order 186 requires that you submit responses to committee reports within 14 days. Let me encourage all committees to please address matters that are really affecting Malawians. Your committees should not just deal with routine issues, but urgent and topical issues that are at the heart of Malawians. That way, we will assist government in being responsive to the needs of Malawians and also to hold duty bearers to account on how they're exercising public functions. I assure you of the support of my office as you undertake this important work. I want to stress that this Parliament will do things differently. We will represent our people, legislate, and above all, conduct oversight in a manner that ensures that Parliament is responsive to the needs of Malawians. I wish to commend the general public for the growing interest in our work as evidenced by the increasing viewership of our news platforms. This encourages us to do more and that the goal of taking Parliament to the people is now being achieved. On a special note, I would like to thank our able ministers for the good work that you have done during this meeting. You have been available to answer questions and always been there to attend to concerns raised by members in this House. Together, we can do so much to make business in this House meaningful. The attendance of ministers in this House has tremendously improved. I commend Leader of the House for your able leadership. A special commendation to the Minister of Health for being the minister that has answered the most questions during this meeting. Your dedication has demonstrated that women are capable and need our full support. Before I conclude, allow me to draw your attention to a few matters that require our continued focus. Firstly, let me remind you that Parliament will shortly host the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Africa Region Conference here in Lilongwe at BICC from next week, 9th to 16th August 2026. This is a significant honor for our country and for Parliament as an institution, and I wish to encourage all honorable members and Malawians at large to support the conference and contribute towards its success. Secondly, Parliament will be holding the second cohort of Parliamentary Training Program from 17th August to 4th September 2026. I am sure members of this cohort have already been communicated. I wish to urge all honorable members to approach the training program with the seriousness and dedication that it deserves. Thirdly, I wish to emphasize the importance of adhering to standing orders relating to circulation of bills. Timely circulation is essential if honorable members are to scrutinize legislation effectively. Let me remind our leaders on government side to ensure that this requirement, as stipulated in our standing orders, is respected. Fourthly, is the issue of absenteeism, which remains a matter of serious concern. Attendance in both plenary and committee sitting is not optional. It is a fundamental duty. Failure to meet this obligation undermines the work of this august House and erodes public confidence in our institution. Honourable members, I cannot emphasize this point strongly enough. I therefore urge all members to treat attendance with the seriousness it deserves, as it goes to the very credibility and effectiveness of this House. Finally, honourable members, although the House is adjourning today, the work of Parliament continues, particularly in committees and in other parliamentary activities such as the Parliamentary Training Program. May I take this opportunity to urge the House to approach your work with the same seriousness and commitment you keep demonstrating in this House. Once again, allow me to thank the leadership on both sides of the House for your cooperation in ensuring the smooth conduct of business. I further extend my appreciation to my deputy speakers, the leader of the House, the leader of opposition, party leaders and whips for your continued support. I also wish to recognize the Parliamentary Secretariat under the leadership of the Clerk of Parliament for their professionalism and dedication throughout this demanding meeting. Honourable members, for those of you that will be returning to your constituencies, I encourage you to remain engaged with your people and to continue representing them with diligence, integrity, and purpose. I wish you all a restful and productive recess. Travel safely, and I look forward to welcoming you back for our upcoming programs. Lastly, it will be amiss of me if I do not express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, President of the Republic of Malawi, for personally supporting me in his quest to bring change to the people of Malawi. In this regard, I want to assure Malawians that your Parliament will remain relevant, responsible, and responsive to your needs. We remain resolute in changing the lives of the people we are called to serve. We cannot therefore remain silent if change must happen, and change will happen. May God bless you all. With those remarks, I now put the question that this House do now adjourn, sign, die. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. The House is adjourned, sign, die.
And on that note, the House has risen sine die, wrapping up its business in the third meeting of the 52nd session of, actually after 5 weeks of deliberations. Let's take a look at today's business on the floor. Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization laid at the table 2 statutory reports. These are the Auditor General's report on the accounts of government for the year ended 31st March 2025, and an Auditor General's report on the accounts of local authorities for the year ended 31st March 2025. Both reports have been referred to the Public Accounts Committee for consideration. Honorable Minister of Mining responded to a report presented by the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change on the oversight visit to the Kangankude Rare Earths Project and related licensing matters. The House has also considered 2 delegation reports. These are a report on the 152nd Inter-Parliamentary Union (IPU) General Assembly and related meetings held in Istanbul, Turkey, and another report on the African Region Parliamentary Group meetings and the first African EU Parliamentary Assembly. Being the last day of sitting in the 3rd meeting of the 52nd session, both leaders of the House and opposition gave their adjournment remarks, giving a picture of how business was conducted during the 5 weeks sitting. But before we go, let's take a look back at the 5 weeks that the House has been meeting. Well, the House considered and passed 14 bills, and some of these bills are Bill number 9 of 2026, that's the Banking Amendment, Bill number 10 of 2026, Financial Services Amendment, and Bill number 20 of 2026, Economic Society of Malawi, among others. And on Wednesday, 8th July 2026, the House swore into office 3 newly elected members of Parliament following the by-elections held on Tuesday, 30th June 2026. The newly sworn-in members are Honorable James Makumula MP, Balaka Mulunguzi, Honorable Precious Pempo Kabambe, Lilongwe City, Bwaira, and Honorable Ishmael Louis Japan from Machinga Mikoko constituencies. 8 ministries laid at the table a number of subsidiary legislations, whilst the 2 ministries laid at the table statutory reports. The House also considered 8 ministerial statements on matters of national importance. And during the meeting, various ministries addressed over 95 questions on notice to ministers for oral replies, 7 matters of urgent public importance, and 4 questions under Standing Order 69. The House also considered a number of committee and delegation reports covering various sectors of national development. Looking at petitions, the House actually received 2 petitions, one from Palombe South and one from Neno South. This happened in the 5 weeks that they were meeting in this 3rd ordinary meeting. The House considered 10 constituency statements and debated a number of private members' motions under private members' business. Meanwhile, Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Samir Suleiman MP, has adjourned the House Senate. Menemo ndi momwe zayendera zokambirana za aphungu ku nyumba ya malamulo lero lachisanu pa 7 August 2027, lomwenso ndi tsiku lomwe aphunguwa amaliza zokambirana zawo zachitatu mu mkomano wa namba 52 atatha kukambirana kwa sabata zisanu. Nduna yoona zachuma inapereka ripoti, makamaka kupereka malipoti awiri nyumbayi amene ali malipoti ochoka ku nthambi za boma za pachaka, ndipo malipotiwa atumizidwa ku komiti yolondoloza momwe boma limagwiritsira ntchito chuma chake kuti akawaunike. Nduna yoona za migodi yayankhapo pa lipoti la komiti ya nyumba ya malamulo yoona za chilengedwe ndi kusintha kwa nyengo lokhudza ulendo wa komiti owunika ntchito za mgodi wa Kangankude komanso nkhani zokhudza ziphaso za migodi. Nyumba ya malamulo lero yavomereza malipoti awiri kuchokera kwa nthumwi zomwe zinayimira nyumbayi ku mayiko akunja. Ndipo pokhala tsiku lotsiriza la zokambirana za aphungu mu mkumanowu, mtsogoleri wa zokambirana za aphungu nyumbayi olemekezeka Ajabi Mhango MP komanso mtsogoleri wa mbali yotsutsa nyumbayi olemekezeka Simplex Titiola Banda MP alankhulapo za momwe zokambirana za aphungu zayendera msabata zisanu zimene akhala akukumana aphungu amenewa. Ndi msabata zimenezi nyumba ya malamulo yakambirana ndi kuvomereza mabilu 14 ena mwa mabiluwa ndi monga Bill number 9 of 2026 Banking Amendment, Bill number 10 of 2026 Financial Services Amendment, ndi Bill number 20 of 2026 Economic Society of Malawi, kungotchulapo ochepa chabe mwa mabilu amene avomerezedwa nyumbayi pa nthawi yomwe aphungu amakumana. Kubweranso mbuyo lachitatu pa 8 July 2026, nyumbayi inalumbiritsa aphungu atatu kutsatira chisankho chachibwereza chomwe chinachitika m'madera atatu pa 30 June 2026. Aphungu ndi aphungu ochoka madera a Balaka Mulunguzi amene alolemekezeka James Makumula, phungu wa dera la Lilongwe City Bwaira amene alolemekezeka Precious Pempho Kabambe komanso phungu wa dera la Machinga Mikoko amene alolemekezeka Ishmael Louis Japani. Kulumbira kwa phungu wa patsikuli kunatsimikizira kuti tsopano phunguwa ndi ololedwa kugwira ntchito zawo za phungu zimene zili kuyimirira anthu kupanga malamulo komanso kulondoloza chuma ndi ntchito za boma. Msabata zisanu zimenezi maunduna asanu ndi atatu anapereka malipoti amakamaka malamulo ang'onoang'ono omwe nduna zimapereka zitapatsidwa mphamvu ndi nyumbayi, pamene maunduna awiri anapereka malipoti a nthambi za boma zapachaka, ndipo maunduna asanu ndi atatu anapereka malipoti aku maunduna awo m'nyumbayi. Mkatikati mwa mkumano umenewunso nduna zosiyanasiyana zinayankha mafunso oposera 95 amene ali mafunso ochokera kwa aphungu kupita ku maunduna osiyanasiyana. Mkatikati mwa ndime imeneyi taonanso ndithu nkhani zofunika ku dziko zokwana zisanu ndi ziwiri komanso mafunso anayi motsogozedwa ndi gawo 69 la malamulo oyendetsera zokambirana za aphungu kuno ku nyumba ya malamulo. Msabata zimenezi kunalinso malipoti a makomiti a nyumba ya malamulo osiyanasiyana komanso ochokera kwa nthumwi zomwe zinayimira nyumbayi ku ntchito zina zosiyanasiyana m'mayiko akunja. Nyumbayi inalandiranso mapempho angapo amenewa makamaka ndi mapempho awiri kuchokera kwa aphungu osiyanasiyana madera osiyanasiyananso, malipoti ochokera madera amene anali malipoti 10 ndi nkhani zinanso zomwe makamaka zimakhala under private members business. Tibwerekere mawu amenewo mchichewa. Pakadali pano Speaker nyumba ya malamulo olemekezeka Samir Suleiman ayimitsa zokambirana za aphungu kufikira mtsogolo, pomwe mtsogoleri wa dziko lino mogwirizana ndi ofesi ya Speaker wa nyumba ya malamulo adzayitanitsenso mkumano wina wa aphungu a nyumba ya malamulo monga momwe malamulo a dziko lino amanenera. Malo mwanzanga onse ogwira ntchito kuno ku Parliament Broadcasting, ine ndikuthokozeni kwambiri posankha kukhala nafe msabata zisanu zimenezi pamene takhala tikupatsirani tsatanetsatane wa zokambirana za aphungu mu mkumano wa number 3 mu 52nd session ya nyumba ya malamulo umene watha tsiku la lero. Ndine Linda Masenga, pitirizani kutsatira Parliament Broadcasting.
On behalf of the Parliament of Malawi and people of the warm heart of Africa, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the 55th Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Africa Region Conference, to be held from 9th to 16th of August 2026 at Bingu International Convention Center, BICC, right here in Lilongwe. As we come together to strengthen parliamentary democracy, let me also take this opportunity to invite you to come to Malawi and experience the beauty and the diversity that makes our country, Malawi, indeed the warm heart of Africa. from the crystal clear waters of magnificent Lake Malawi to the breathtaking peaks of Mount Mulanje and the Nyika Plateau, from unforgettable wildlife experiences in our national parks to the rich culture, warm hospitality and vibrant traditions of our people, Malawi offers an experience unlike any other. Whether you seek adventure or cultural discovery, Malawi has it all. Welcome to the warm heart of Africa. Takulandirani, karibu.